Some people hear about the Motley Fool subscription cost and just assume it's probably out of reach. And honestly, with a 20-year track record of crushing the market, you'd expect to pay a fortune, right? So here's the real question: how much does the Motley Fool subscription cost? Well, it changes, and after testing each service that they offer, I discovered that the actual price is way more affordable than most people think, and there is a specific plan that delivers incredible value without breaking the bank. So in this video, I'll show you how to grab that plan at the best rate and why. Now, before we jump into the details of the specific Motley Fool service plan that delivers incredible value without breaking the bank, we do need to get one thing straight first. Who is Motley Fool actually built for? Well, Motley Fool Stock Advisor is designed for one specific type of investor, the long-term buy and hold investor. Think about the busy professional who already works 50 hours a week and doesn't have time to dig through hundreds of stock charts. Or maybe the beginner who feels completely lost when they look at the stock market and just wants somebody else, someone trustworthy, to guide them. That is who this is for. Take this longtime member I came across during my research. He said that over the years, the stocks recommended by Stock Advisor have done really well for him. He pointed out that a few big winners, names like Nvidia and Tesla, completely overshadowed the losers and paid for his subscription cost many times over. He did mention that sometimes he gets tired of their frequent marketing for more complex services, which is fair, but they upsell, what can you do? But he actually also finds their updates on companies that he already owns incredibly helpful, especially when the market starts heading south and panic sets in. And think about it, that kind of emotional support and long-term perspective is exactly what Warren Buffett talks about when he says managing your emotions is the real trick to investing. And that really is the key. Motley Fool works best for the investor who can handle the ups and downs of investing without panicking. Alright, so now that we know who this is actually built for, let's break down the Motley Fool subscription cost and see what you're actually getting for your money. So, the Motley Fool offers several tiers, but for most people, Stock Advisor is where you want to start. This is their flagship service, and it's been around for over 20 years. We're talking about a service that has delivered a proven track record of actually beating the market over the long term. When you join Stock Advisor, you're getting 2 new stock recommendations delivered every single month. Just 2 a month. But it's not just a ticker symbol and a thumbs up. You get a detailed analysis on why they like the company, what the risks are, and how it fits into a broader portfolio. You also get access to their top 10 stocks to buy right now, which is basically their highest conviction ideas all in one place. They also break things down into 3 entry strategies: cautious, moderate, and aggressive. So whether you're someone who wants to dip a toe in or someone ready to go all in, there's a path for you. And that's not all. Stock Advisor also gives you access to something called a Game Plan, which is basically a financial hub for retirement and planning articles. Plus, Fool IQ gives you financial data and priority estimates on dozens of companies. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. There is a 30-day membership fee back guarantee, so if you sign up and decide it's not for you, you can cancel within 30 days and get every penny back, no questions asked. That alone takes a lot of the risk out of wondering about the worth of Motley Fool's subscription cost. Here's one longtime user I came across who said in a review that he's been investing in Stock Advisor recommendations for over 10 years now, and he's genuinely delighted with how his portfolio turned out. He mentioned that his account is up over 500% during that time. For him, the whole Fool philosophy of investing in well-run companies and actually sticking with them just makes sense. He called it the cornerstone of how he invests today, and honestly, that kind of track record speaks louder than any feature list ever could. Now, if you're a more serious investor, they have a tier called Epic. This is priced higher, and it's designed for people who want more firepower. With Epic, you get 5 stock picks per month instead of 2. 1 from Stock Advisor, 1 from Rule Breakers, which focuses on disruptive companies, 1 from Hidden Gems, which finds smaller overlooked companies, and 1 from Dividend Investor for income. But the big question remains, is the Motley Fool subscription cost actually worth it, or is it just expensive for what you get? I mean, I say it depends entirely on how you approach investing and what you're expecting, but I think so. I mean, Stock Advisor has a documented track record of more than quadrupling the S&P 500 over the last 2 decades. So that means that if you'd followed their recommendations, your money could have grown significantly faster than if you'd just bought an index fund of the whole market. When you frame it that way, the annual cost becomes almost irrelevant compared to the potential upside. But let's look at what other investors are saying about Stock Advisor, because that's where the truth really lives. On a Reddit thread, someone who was brand new to investing asked if Stock Advisor was worth it or if it was just some kind of scam. He had zero knowledge of the markets, it seems, and was just trying to figure out where to even begin. So another Redditor jumped in with what he called an unpopular opinion. He said that he thinks it's absolutely worth it if you already actually have the money to invest and you actually follow the recommendations and don't diverge from them. He pointed out that they track their performance and tell you when to sell, so just follow them, basically. The fact is, they've outperformed the S&P 500, so they get something right. He also added that if you're only putting away $250 a month, then probably no, just buy an index fund. The math only works if you're investing enough that the returns can cover the subscription cost many times over. So that's actually really honest and helpful. It's not just blind hype. It's a realistic take on when the Motley Fool Stock Advisor subscription cost actually makes sense and when it doesn't. Another investor shared something that really drove this point home for me. He said that the Motley Fool has taught him a tremendous amount and genuinely helped him grow his investments over time. His take was pretty simple. It's well worth the money to join Stock Advisor or any of their services that fit what you're looking for. He also mentioned that the Gardner brothers and the whole team have high integrity and are actually fun to learn from. Then there was this other investor who talked about David Gardner's rule breaker philosophy, which he learned through a podcast series. He credited that approach with bringing financial freedom to his entire family. He admitted that being naturally frugal, the Motley Fool subscription cost did seem pretty high when he first looked at it, but then he compared it to what his investments have returned, and he realized that it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. He literally called the cost of membership his best investment ever. Now, if you want to get started with Motley Fool Stock Advisor at a fraction of the regular cost, and with that 30-day free trial without overpaying after that, all you have to do is sign up with the link in the description of this video. We've worked directly with the Motley Fool to make sure that our viewers have access to the highest discount currently available. So remember to check that out and let us know what you think.